Hi all. Right, it's been a wee while, so I should get back to some RAF. A couple of reasons. Well, I wasn't going to give up on this. I want to play right through it. Um, I, I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not saying that. I guess it could be a couple of things. Not quite sure it's grabbing me there to come up and oh yeah, I want to see the next thing right away. But I do kind of want to. But I suppose I've been messing about with Empire of the Sun, and that's been grabbing me. Although I've just got to a point in it. I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. I want to get it though. So I feel like I've had to step back from that, and, and it's funny though. I was starting to get into the way of like I say, it's not an AI that I'm used to. It's flow charts, and it still leaves you a lot of decisions to make, which yeah, it's not really my thing. But I started finding myself getting into that a little bit and actually making decisions that weren't part of maybe what we should have been doing. And yeah, I was okay about it. I found it okay. So that kept me ticking over as well. But I then got stumped with the fact that I don't know the rules very well. And looking over, so I started reading into the rules again and watching some videos again and finding that there's a few simple things that I'm just not grasping. So I think I need to step back from it and try and brush up on that before I go back. So whether that's why I'm back here just now or not. Well, I'll tell you, the other thing was I just got in the post. I got a whole new set of cards. And I said I was missing three cards. Well, they've sent me a whole new set of cards. So hopefully the three cards are within that whole set. And yeah, so I felt like that coming in the post this morning that I should give this some attention. So yeah, now there was Martin made a couple of comments. I made a mistake. It's funny though. Mentioned the fact that oh, sorry, the dogs. Yeah, it's when we were setting up the what was it, the target priorities, and that was the card we had. Maybe I can get them both in. So and initially I was looking at the top row thinking that I had less than minus 24 victory points. Well, we've got minus 1 victory point, so for some reason I kind of thought that was within that band. and then I did realise that it's between minus 24 and plus 4. But I then proceeded to set out the priorities using the first row, and Martin pointed out he caught it, and so I'm glad he did, or we would have been. So let's just look at it again. So radars. Well, actually, let me just take them all down and reset them then. So the second row down is radars are low. See, I've got them at medium. Ports are medium. And airfields are high. Okay, we had that one right. Industry was medium. Yeah, I think it was just the ports and the radars, wasn't it? And cities is low. Yeah. So we did have the ports and radars round the wrong way. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for that, Martin. Good. Don't like to start off the day with something like that. And the other one he pointed out to me was something that I've missed right through. And it's rule, and this is one of the advanced rules, of course, 19.64. I'm getting a bit flicker there again. You know, I can't fathom that out. We just need to persevere. And it says if an airfield is a target of a raid, which I've targeted quite a few airfields, any squadrons from that airfield sector that you take for the pool are placed outside the cup. They count as part of the pool, but may not be removed from it, even if this means the number of squadrons removed from the pool is reduced. So that means you're always going to have the aircraft from that airfield, which, yeah, kind of makes sense. We're targeting that airfield. They're going to get their aircraft up there and at us, you know. So, but I've completely missed that rule, and well, there's not a lot I can do about that one. It is one of the ones that might have made some bit of difference, might have not, but it's not something I can fix. I think the last raid that we done on was on Hornchurch. I think this is where Martin pointed out that he actually said he forgot to um, point it out to me because he must have seen me maybe do it. Well, forget about it before. So, but I think he said in his comment that it didn't look like it made that any difference there. But whether it has before or not, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. So hopefully that'll stick in my mind now. But yeah, and I had a worry these advanced rules would sneak by me, but I do need to remember that one because most of them don't seem to kick in until later. So there's these two or three, but that is one that's there from the start. Along with that, the A Squadron, the raid requirements, and well, the forward airfield targets, which yeah, Martin mentions something about there being some benefits to using it, but I'm not so sure I'll bother, to be honest. And then the press or rest. Well, we've rested twice. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not. It does mean that the days moved on quite a bit, and we're now at August the 20th, which, yeah, I noted that is one of the modifiers, isn't it, for the response priority. They get a +1 once you go over. Once between August the 20th and the 31st, they get a +1. So, okay, anyway. Right, so this will be raid day 3. And right, so here we go. German night raid planning. And I've got to remember this time that, yeah, don't bring my good bombers. So, assigned to night raid bots, the number of group and range. Oh yeah, so it's based on industry and city, isn't it? And our industry is, well, it's good timing to fix that then, wasn't it? Oh, mind you, they didn't change, did it? It was just radars and ports. So cities are low and industries medium. Is it medium? Yeah, medium. Cities are low and industry is medium. Which low and medium, we can have 3 to 6 this time. Well, it's quite tempting because you do need. Just trying to find the chart that we use in the end. Where is it? There, it's there. Yeah. On saying that, it's between 4 and 6 that get you. Yeah, you're as well just only having 4 then. There's not really any point having 6, is there? Surely there must be some. It's just when you come to night raid bombing table, of course, unless the grouping affects it. Yeah, I suppose the more grouping you've got, the better chance of them reacting. No, that seems to balance out to say that you're better sticking with 4 then. Because 4 to 6 is a column by itself. So it doesn't matter if I have 4 or 6 or 5. It's all going to go in the same column. So I'm as well taking the 4 and then that, well, yeah, I'll use 2 extra bombers to behind. So, right, so don't pick the good ones then. So the Ju-88s are better than but we can't take Ju-87s. Right, so there's that guy crept in there. He should be in there. Yeah, so it's better taking the Heinkels in. Yeah, well, that's fair enough. We've got a lot of Ju-88s anyway. Right, I'm going to get some glare coming out of this other light as well. I was messing about with it for so long before I hit record because it just seemed to be bothering me, but I can't avoid it completely. So, so we'll take 4 of these guys then, I guess. And we'll put them. So yeah, and the reason I'm picking from we fought 3 again because that seems to be the way to do it. Both raid days we've needed all our bombers, and we fought 2, but we've not used them all, and we fought 3. So I guess you could end up drawing a lot of we fought 3. I suppose it's possible. It just looks like there's far more we fought 2, isn't there? Yeah, okay, we've been there before, Grant. Right, so I'm going to put 4 of them up in the night raid box. And, yeah, I think that's that card done, isn't it? Assign night raid boxes a number of group in with a range. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not reading that right, am I? Just before I put that away there. There's a minimum and a maximum. It's not 3 to 6, is it? It's a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6. Yeah. So that means you've actually got to put 3 in. Okay, but again, between 3 and 6, I don't really see the benefit in having more than 4, to be honest. But I could be missing something. So right, I think that's right. Okay, that's card 1 done. So what are we doing now? Strategy draw. Okay, now I think this is the reason that we chose to rest, because I think we're getting 3 cards this time. So it's based on now. This is the bit that's wrong, isn't it? I think he put some errata onto this card. Well, what are we at? We're at -1, and we should be getting 3 cards, I think. No, that's saying 2 there, isn't it? Has it got it the wrong way about, maybe? Maybe it's got it the wrong way about. Yeah, I think that must have been what he's done when he's been putting this card together. He's just looked at it the wrong way around, because it's -16 or more that gives you 4 cards, where he's got 16 or more. So I think it's just the reverse of what's there. But it's reasonably straightforward to look at the victory point, and the number on the left is if we are in the negative, and the number on the right is if the British are in the positive. So we should get 3 strategy cards. So I'm just going to go with that rule though, just in case. Yeah, so, and these get shuffled up every day, it seems. Yeah, we shuffled these already. So I'm just going to draw the top 3 and have a look at what we get. Okay. Decoy raid. Assign to a target card with no group in, even one you would otherwise discard. Assign to a target card with no group in. Instead of executing this raid in its time segment, move 2 squadrons of your choice in each en route sector listed on the target card to the in-flight box and discard this card and the target card. Oof, right, okay. I need to look at that one a bit more, I think. Deceptive formation. The raid contains at least 4 group in, half the total detection modifier. The raid contains at least 4 group in, half the total detection modifier rounded up. Okay. Well, that's pretty good then. So, yeah, you generally end up with a modifier, something in the range of well, you've got the observer core value, which could be something, yeah. But I mean, that can sometimes be a 4, and you've got 2 radars, it's another 4, that's 8, and then the amount of grouping, you can sometimes end up with a 12 modifiers, so knocking that down in half would be nice. So we need to pick a good target for that one. And then major raid coordination, the maximum raid size for this raid is 16, even if the target card is only eligible for a minor raid. Oh. Do not conduct a rendezvous check for this raid. Wow, that's a good one too, eh? So, if we get a minor raid, that's a perfect card to put on that. And it also allows you up to 16 grouping. It says the maximum raid size. So I take it takes into account how many raids you've selected as well then. Yeah, I think it just removes the minor raid restriction. Yeah, but that's good too. And I get the feeling that decoy raid is good also. I just need to maybe look a little more into that. So we'll keep them there just now. And we'll move on to the next card, see where we're at. I think maybe when we're drawing our targets. Yeah, so we'll draw 10 cards. Morning Haze is an effect. It is not. Refer to the raid priority table to find out what they're doing. Select any or all remaining cards. Discard all non-selected, place selected cards, and the raid planning track using time markers. Okay, so this is quite a procedure to think it through, but we can go through the 10 cards and see what. Now, I'll maybe need to find out what this decoy raid then, because any cards that I'm going to discard. Instead of assigned to a target card with no grouping, even one you would otherwise discard. So, my guess is it's still going to take a time slot, this though. So, that is a slight downside. But, yeah, I'm going to... Well, you know what? I can look at the cards and then set aside the ones that are automatically getting discarded, and we can then find out about this decoy raid. So, okay. So, we'll look up at the priorities there, and... Oh, did I not say I was going to shuffle these cards? I did, didn't I? I've not done it. Because they were clear, I mean, it's not by an awful lot, but they are clearly less than the discard pile. So, okay, I'll pause it just now and go and shuffle it's the event card deck and the actual target deck. So, I'll go and shuffle them up. Okay, that's them shuffled up. So, let's draw 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 target cards. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, so Tangmere as a strategic value 1 airfield. Well, actually, airfields are high, aren't they? So that is a minor possibility. North Weald, strategic value 3 airfield is a major. And they're both from Leaflet 2. No, Leaflet 2 radar net value 2. That's no raid, isn't it? So radar net's low, so that needs to be a 3 to work. So that's a no raid, so I'm going to put that aside, but I'm not going to just ditch it yet, because our Leaflet 2 strategic value 3 airfield, that's a go. Southampton industry value 3, yeah, that's a major as well. That's a Leaflet 3 as well, so that's good. Another Leaflet 3 Southampton strategic value 2 industry, isn't it? No, it's a port. Ah, okay, Southampton. The last one was industry. This is a port with a value 2, so it's a minor. Sorry, I know the focus will jump about there, but it was just to try and show you the card. And so that's 2. We've got 3. We've got 1 minor, 1 major. You see, why doesn't that autofocus when I do that? I must have it not set to autofocus or something. Right, that's me focusing in. Yeah, I clearly don't have an autofocus set on this, do I? Because I do have to I keep clicking on it and focuses in, but I think I maybe switched it off. But I looked recently and I couldn't find. Yeah, that's kind of bugging me. That what I'm going to do is I'll finish off these cards and then I'm going to pause, so it might cut the video and have a look. So anyway, what we got? Right, I'll just keep clicking just now. So that's an airfield with strategic value 3, which, as you can see, is a major raid again. And airfield strategic value 3 again. Lots of airfields. And, oh god, another one. And another strategic value 3 airfield. It's all about the airfields. And the last one is a Luftwaffe 3. It's a radar net with value 2. And that's a no-go, isn't it? Radar net, strategic value 2 is no raid. So we've got 2 cards with no raid. But we do have that decoy thing. We've got 2 minors. And we want to use one of them because we've got that major raid coordination. So my thinking is I might use the Luftwaffe 3 one and use the major raid coordination on the minor raid. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6, 5 of which are airfields, and 1 industry. The industry one's the Luftwaffe 3 one as well, so we'll probably have that. Whether we want all the 5 airfields or not, I guess might be I might drop one of them. Yeah, well, this is something I've got to go and have a look at then. So I'll go and have a look at this, and I'll set out what I think is how I want to do it. I'll find out about that decoy raid as well, and I'm going to go and mess with this camera. So I'll just cut it here in case for some reason. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the video will go off once I start messing about with things. I think if I just pause it, I'll need to do more than that. Okay, I'll be back soon though, guys. Cheers. Hi all. Right, this is a bit of a test here to see. Hopefully this will be part of the recording. Yeah, I messed about for a while and tried to get the focus right and whatever. And I know I said a while back about trying to change over because my old phone, I used that Filmic Pro app, and with this, part of the reason was because the iPhone you can't pause the recording, but this phone's Hawaii or whatever it is, and it could be paused, but I did go and initially going to get that Filmic Pro because I felt like it did bring good video footage, although this is a better camera, this one. So but it's when I realised I had to purchase the app again, and although it was £13, maybe not bank breaking stuff, but I felt like, well, I think because I've got it on my iPhone, I think, well, why should I have to pay for it again? But I believe if it's on a different device, you do. I'm hoping there's a way of being able to move it from this if I ever got a new phone, that I'd be able to, I wouldn't have to buy it again just for each individual device. However, and this is on the autofocus here just now, so whether things sound or look a bit different, I don't know, but I'm just chucking this card. See, that's focusing in on that, and then when I take it away, I would have thought I should have been able to get that with the phone itself, but I think I was, and you know what? I'm not really that sure. But anyway, I've done it now, and I've purchased this again. So we'll see. I did find that some of the zoom, see that zooming out, it's a bit fast and furious there, isn't it? Was that me zoomed out as far as I can go? Yeah, well, I think I got out further before, didn't I, with the actual phone with a wide. So that might be slightly different too. But anyway, I always felt like with the camera, I wasn't getting focused. You know, although I'm focusing on this area and things were a bit blurry over there, but maybe that's still the case. I need to look back into the footage. Anyway, you're not here for a video teacher. That's awful fast when it zooms in and out. See if there might be a way of adjusting that, I suppose. Okay, let's get back to the actual gameplay. So this is what I decided to do. Now, again, whether this is great tactics or not, I don't know. So North Weald was going to be it was a playable because it's a 3 strategic value airfield. But I figured with the decoy takes 2 squadrons away from each en route section, map sector, and this one's got it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. It's also got 1 and 2, 12. So as far as I'm aware, I'm going to be able to take up to 2 squadrons away from the sectors and put them in the in-flight box. So that seems like really good. Okay, that we're not going to run anything at that raid. There'll be no grouping on that. Oh, there'll be no grouping on that. I forgot about that. That's good then, because I thought the fighters, I might run out of fighters. That's even better. So I've got 6 raids up there again, because I quite like the idea of having 12 grouping. So 6 raids. However, one of them being a decoy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's really only going to be 5 raids worth stuff. Now I'm not sure if I don't think that messes with the actual raid. I think this is still classed as a raid because it does take a time slot and whatever. And all that happens is we do nothing in that apart from move squadrons into the in-flight box, which sounds pretty good. So I figured after that, within the same time slot, before these squadrons get to have any chance of coming back, we run on Biggin Hill, which, that's in 7-11. And there's only 2 squadrons in 7-11, so they should both be removed to the in-flight box. And then whatever other sectors we get, there'll be less to deal with. And then, so a gap then on another go at Biggin Hill, which I figure they're probably not recovered yet, although there is a time gap, unless we got unlucky with because if they move from the in-flight to the rearm, and then the rearm back out in the sector. So if we get unlucky with a raid, the event, and get a squadron turnaround, then they might come back. But fingers crossed we don't. The downside to this one is it's two raids on. They're both Lufot 2 then, so there's the slight risk of the rendezvous. Oh, which was the one that you don't check for rendezvous? It's this major raid, I think, isn't it? I think it's that one. However, anyway, moving on to the 8 o'clock slot, like I say, the Biggin Hill, and this is the one because this is a minor raid, but we're turning it into a major raid there, and so yeah, that's a Lufot 3 as well, and that's a Lufot 2, Lufot 3. So, however, if we weren't checking for rendezvous on that one, okay, you know what? There's probably lots of different things you could mess about with to change things. So then I've got another gap here into this one. This is Lufot 3 as well, and then I've had to create this gap here again so that I'm getting fighters back for the last one at Hornchurch, and that's the deceptive formation where you get to half the modified die roll when it comes to detection. So fingers crossed we'll get a good result there. So yeah, that's what I decided. And there was two no raids that I've just chucked away. Now they could have been used for the decoy raid as well. I did go and double check that, but I figured that one at North Weald was using up, just the fact it's taken 2 away from all the sectors. And then there was two that I chose not to use. Actually, that's not this one. Strategic value 1, but it's an airfield. Oh yeah, that was a minor raid. I choose not to use that, and I decided not to use that. Would have been a major raid, but I wanted to kind of stick with 6 again. So anyway, going to go with that, and yeah. So fingers crossed things are coming across all right. Still, yeah, I can zoom in there. I just don't think I'm quite getting the zoom out that I was getting from the actual camera, but that might not be the case. So, right, what I'd like to do is just take another wee cut here, though, just to kind of look at this footage and maybe put it together. And I wonder if I should do that. I could just pod on, couldn't I? It doesn't look like there's any problems, and I'm hoping to lose that flicker that I was getting as well with this. And to be honest, I'm not seeing it just now, so that's nice as well. It pans across nice. I think the only thing I'm seeing is that's zooming in slow. Yeah, the zoom's a bit there's a bit in and out. Right. Anyway, again, I'm showing you things that I just got on with the game going on. Okay, well, I will just get the next card. Yeah, that was just to place the cards, right? Okay. So now I'm going to have to place bombers now. Anyway, this is going to be bomber assignment, and zoom in there. That's nice and crisp, isn't it? I just like to look back on it just to make sure that everything's working right. So, sign at least one bomber group into each raid. Now, remember that decoy raid, you don't sign any group in. And move each from its airbase to target card. Major. And there's a major limit again. Well, we've got 6 raids again, so we're going to have a major of 12. Minor raids, we've only got 1 minor raid, so it would be 3, but that's the one we've put that major raid strategy card on. So everything is classed as a major raid, if you like. Okay, good. Right, yeah. I'm going to take a little cut there and just put this bit of video footage together just to look, because I actually started recording before I went and got this app again, and things were a mess, so I need to cut bits out and squeeze bits in and whatever. Okay, but I'll be back shortly anyway. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, I've been messing about with the camera a bit, and I don't know if I've got the zoom bit working better or not, to be honest. So there might be sort of sudden zooms in and zooms out and whatever. But I did look back in the bit of footage there, just on the computer, and it looked quite good. I think probably better. So hopefully it's worth the extra bit. This. Anyway, right. Let's get on with the actual game then, Grant. So yeah, that zoomed in quick again, didn't it? Okay, so our bomber assignment, that's where we're at, aren't we? Assign at least 1 bomber group into each raid. Yeah, high command requirements, 19.2. I need to keep my eye on these advanced rules, don't we? At least 2 JU-87s must be included for each day. Oh. If the target cards draws include 2 or more valid target cards with London as a primary target. Well, I don't think we get them until later as well, do we? No, we don't. Coast escort minimum, we know that one. And yeah, the Jabos don't start till September the 1st. So it's really just the coast escort minimum and the 2 JU-87s that we're going to need. And obviously they're going to have to come from Luftwaffe 3, because we don't have any in Luftwaffe 2. So, okay, so we've got 6 raids to sort out. So I'll go and select what bombers I'm applying. I don't think anything funky and exciting will happen. I'm not sure I can. I know Martin was talking about trying to do this and try to do that, trying different things, but I don't know. I'm not quite keyed up on what's the best plans yet. But anyway, I'll go and get the bombers I'm just going to choose. Okay, right. Okay, there's me. Yeah, nothing really fancy again. Really. 4 bombers in each raid. Just, I suppose, targeting the whole 12. 4, we need 2 MA-110s with 4. We need 2 MA-109s in the coast channel patrol box with 4. So that then takes us to 8 and leaves another 4 MA-109s to hunt. And I can't sort of see myself past that at the minute. Like I say, maybe when I played through a full game, I'll start seeing some better ways of considering these. Yeah, and we've got Heinkels here, 2 Heinkels, 2 Dorniers here, and this is where I put the JU-87s. I've just stacked 4 JU-87s, and that's the one that a minor raid's turned into a major raid. And I think it says you don't check for rendezvous on that one, so I thought maybe that's where the JU-87s better go in. And then this is a Lufot 3 raid as well, which has got JU-88s, and then finishing off with 2 JU-88s and 2 Heinkels on that one. That's the one. What is it? Deceptive formation. What does that do again? Oh, that's when we do the check for the warning and that, the half the die roll modifier thing, didn't it? Yeah, that's why I put that there, because there's a gap here, so, you know, it'd be better if we got a lower down result with that, I think. Okay. Right, so we're going to go with that. Yeah, so on to the next card, I guess. Where are we going? Yeah. This control's been slightly different now. I might just struggle a little bit to get going, but hopefully it should improve things. I'm hoping. Okay, so German fighter assignment. Beginning with the earliest time segment to which you have assigned a raid, assign fighter group into raids in the first 3 time segments of the day by moving a fighter group in. Yeah, and it's got the edge of ME-109 range. And again, all the cards, again, that must be something that comes in later. To be honest, I don't really know if if you can still assign ME-109 or not. It just says yes, so I'm assuming it says no, or I think there's maybe a way round about it. But anyway, we will get to that when it matters. So, yeah, with that, I'm going to assign raids to, fighters to the 2, well, not the first one because it's a decoy, but the one at Biggin Hill is 0600, and then the 280-800, and then the one at 1000. So I need to put fighters into all of the time slots, and then I should have it worked out that yeah, I don't think I'm going to use up all the fighters this time as well, though, because I actually only have, because we're using that decoy raid, I actually only have I only have 3 actual raids for Lufot 2 and 2 for Lufot 3. And because of that decoy raid, I suppose that's doing us out a raid, that decoy raid, but it seems like nice to use, so I'm hopeful that this raid in particular should go well. The one in Biggin Hill to start with. Yeah. I suppose the only thing is you're attacking the airfield, and because we're using that decoy, the units, the squadrons that are there are not going to be there, so when they hit the airfield, that whole about disrupting them and all that, isn't it? Is not going to really do anything, is it? Yeah. I think this game, there is a lot of thinking into how you set up your raids, and probably into what units you're using, what grouping you're using for each. I think there's a lot more to it than I'm thinking, but anyway, we'll just pod on with what we've got. So I need to go and find my fighters, so let me have a look. Okay, I've found a flaw in my plan. Maybe some of you know this. There's not as much fighters for Wolfhawk 3, and we've got 2 raids back to back, and yeah. So again, like I say, there is quite a bit of thinking into how you set things out here. So this is probably going to mean that I either maybe take one of the bombers away. If I knock that down to 3, because I've only got 3, 4, 6. I've only got 9 ME109s and 3 ME110s. So, and the ME110 bit, you must assign a number of fighter grouping at least equal to half the number of bomber grouping. Right. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I think I have to drop one of these bombers from each of these raids, actually. Just make them 3 bombers each, I think. It's just because where are we here? A, B, C, E, B. That's fine though. Still got 3 GIU-87s. Yeah, I needed. We needed 2 of them, and then if I do that, it now means I only need 1 Channel Patrol ME109. However, I still need the 2 Close Escort. So, but once I put the 1 on the Channel Patrol, I can use an ME109, because I've only got 3 ME110s, so one of these raids is going to have an ME109 in the Close Escort box. So that's going to be that. That means I'm going to have 3 fighters only for both the raids, I think. Okay, well, we'll see. So that's 5 ME109s and 1 ME110. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's reduced the number of grouping, I suppose. And then, yeah, I'm just going to do the same. So, well, this time I've got 4 ME109s, but I've got the 2 ME110s. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go with that, and we'll just hope it's going to do something right. Okay, that's assigned the fighters for the first 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the first 3 time slots. So, card number 5, card number 6. Night Patrol. Roll on the British Night Patrol table to find the number of Blenheim squadrons assigned to Night Patrol. Move them from the map to Night Patrol boxes on the tote board. I think I've still got that guy in the Night Patrol box, but I never came across a bit where it said to remove it, actually. Within the sequence of play, but that's not to say it's not there. So we're rolling a dice. So we'll do that. I've got 1. So between August and the 11th and the 25th. Alright, so I'm not going to patrol anything then. Yeah, because we're on August the 20th. Alright, okay. Well, I'll take this guy back out, because he should be out. That's 6 and 11. I don't suppose it matters. He doesn't do anything in his sector, does he? Just night fights. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting any then this time. Which, well, Well, depending, more than one came along. It looked like quite hard for them to intercept with the results, but okay. Right, next is bomb damage repair. So it says remove all light damage markers from the map, and then for each heavy damage marker. We don't have any heavy, but we do have a light damage marker there, and Southampton's polling, that is the radar damage. So that comes off, unfortunately. But that's all. We don't have any heavy stuff, so that's that. Next. Oh, the weather, right, yeah. So it's caught mark in LS space, right? We're at the 0600. That's the first raid that we've got. So, and then roll a die, consult the weather table. Okay. Yeah, we ended up with clear weather in both the last time, didn't we? We got a 2 this time again. I say again. Yeah, it must have been a 1 the last time. So we thought 2 is clear, which is good, I think. Most of the time, anyway. And we thought 3 is partly cloudy. So, however, we do have 2 raids, and we thought 3, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so done that. I put the patchy cloudy, partly cloudy, whatever it should be, it's there. Right, and then that's us on to step 9, where we just cycle through now from there to, I can't remember, was it 20? Something like that. So we choose a target card and put the group in the boxes, and yeah, we should know how this will work, so I'll just get the first raid down. Actually, no, yeah, we forgot. The first raid is this decoy, so we need to sort this out now, I would think. So we were to assign it to a target card with no grouping, even one you would otherwise discard. So we'd done that. I think this was going to be an optional discard because it's, but you could do it from one of them or from one that you were forced, that turned up a no raid. So, and then it says Eagle, instead of executing this raid in its time segment, move 2 squadrons of your choice in each en route sector listed on the target card to the in-flight box, then discard this card and the target card. So, I mean, assuming I'm reading that right, these are all the en route sectors. Oh, hold on. See, I've never seen the word en route make any difference before. I'm just looking at that there, en route, and then it's got a colon 511, 611. So is it just 511 and 611? To be honest, I did kind of think this was overpowered, because my initial thought it was taking every one of them into consideration. Yeah, that's not the case, is it? I think it's just we've never really looked at these before, en route and in range. I believe that's mainly used for the other in range. I believe that's mainly used for the other solo, the alliance solo part of the game, I think, because it's not something that's come into it. We've always just used these, and right, hang on. Yeah, just trying to find out about that en route part, and then looked on the forums. Somebody, there was a couple of questions there back in the day, and somebody referred to 7.11, which says all sectors listed on the eligible sectors chart may be eligible for raid response. This is regarding raid response selection pool thing. It says those in and outside the yellow field. So there's a yellow field here, and there's not a yellow field, and I think that is part of RAF Lion as well. And it says the yellow field, well, it actually says that the yellow field and the en route and in range labels do not apply to RAF Eagle. So that kind of says that, this is, what is this meaning? But there was a couple other comments, and then the guy actually came back and said that, yeah, I do think you just look at the en route, and somebody else kind of says that's what they've done, because they said, if you were to take 2 out of every one of these sectors, then it'd be far too powerful. So, yeah. Maybe should have thought about the fact that it was too powerful and looked into it. Well, that might have changed my plan, because I don't think I would have. Because I'm going to get en route is just 511 and 611. I mean, it's still going to take 2 out of each of them, but I possibly may have chosen something that took out 711, because there's only 2 in 711. I don't know. I'm not going to go back and change it now. I'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I'm going to get to pick 2 from 511 and 611. So we can scroll across here and grab 2 of these. 611 will take 2. Well, they're all Spitfires there, so we'll take the A and the B Spitfire. Like I said, these are going in the in-flight box. Just full side up, aren't they? Yeah. And then, what was it, 511? And they're all Hurricanes in there, so we'll take the A and the B there as well then. Yeah, maybe not quite as good as I thought it was going to be, that, but however, I don't think, I'm just looking at some of the cards up there. Well, they're all covered with bombers, to be honest. What about some of the ones that I discarded then? Just looking at the en route boxes. Well, you know what? All the ones that are discarded only have 1 sector on their en route selection, so at least that one's got 2. Yeah, I can see the one at Hornchurch at 611 in London. So, yeah, maybe it's as good as we were going to get, to be honest. Okay, so and then it also says that we discard this card. Now, I also came across, when I was looking for an answer there, that this card counts. See, when we do the raid rendezvous check, it counts towards when we do it for this. So what does raid rendezvous again say? There's one of them. This raid is one of 2 or 3 raids from the same Lufort plan for the current time segment. Well, that would apply, because these are both from Lufort 2. And if there had been 3 raids, that's number 2 on the raid rendezvous check. 3 raids were planned for the current time segment. That would apply as well. That's only 1, right enough. So the only one that's going to affect, if we come up with, I think it was a 1, I would need to roll a 1. So what I will do is I'll just leave that there like that, I think, to remind us that there has been a raid for that time segment already, and then we can get rid of this decoy raid card. Yeah, so that was a bit of a... thought things were going to start off to a great start, but you can see that that would have been rough, for the British, wouldn't that? Because there've been a lot of units right away in the in-flight box, and then of course they've got to recover from that too. It's not just for this raid. No. Well, hang on then. Choose a target card. Well, it says I immediately discard that, so I don't go through anything else on that, do I? Move 2 squadrons, then discard this card and the target card. Yeah, my guess is there that that's all we do with that, and then we just cycle back to doing this again. So I'll get the proper raid down now. Okay, so there's the first proper raid of the day for us. Biggin Airfield. Yeah, I mean it is going to draw some units from what was it, 611 and 511. Well, maybe not from 511 actually, is it? If we got a sufficient warning. Yeah, Oh well, it's done now. Okay, so and then I've put everything in all the group in. Yeah, I'm going to take a while to get used to that zoom. It was better on the actual camera. Can't get everything right. Okay, yeah, pretty straightforward setup. What we've had before, really, nothing fancy or clever, really, is there? But anyway. Okay, so back to the next sequence of play card. Or on to the next one, anyway. So, British detection. Let's roll dice. The lower the better. And what do you know? A nice big 6 again. Great. Okay, so... yeah, it's moving slow there. I just need to be a bit more delicate with that. I dare say I'll get used to it. Okay, so we're starting with a 6. And then what do we have? The observer core value. This is for Luflot 2, which is clear, which is a 4. Okay, so that's up to 10. Plus 2 for, it's got 2 radar nets, 4 and 5. So that's another plus 4. So that's 14. And then the grouping is what, 12, isn't it? 14. Sorry, I've got 14 plus 12 grouping. There's an R4. It's plus 18. You know what? It's exactly where we left it. So we got very early and limited. Ah, dear. Yuck. It just, well, totally doesn't help with a 6. You know, if I roll a 2 there, we're down at, what, 14, aren't we? Which is totally different. So the dice roll has a big effect there. Okay, so very early and limited. So we're getting the Spitfire Ace again. And what was the bit? What was the bit that I was missing? Because that's relevant here, isn't it? It's an airfield, isn't it? Aye. 90.64. If an airfield is target of a raid, any squadrons from that airfield sector that you take for the pool are placed outside the cup. They count as part of the pool, but may not be removed from it, even if this means number of squadrons removed from the pool is reduced. Okay, so what sector is that? 711. Okay, so there is 2. So yeah. Hang on, I'm not even showing you the card, am I? Right, there we go. Sorry. No, I'm jumping the gun here. Yeah, yeah, that's us got a detection. So we've got very early and limited. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. So next card. It may well be the next card actually. Oh no, we've got raid rendezvous check first. So I'll just roll it. Got 5, 13 or more grouping are in the raid. No, we got 12, so we got lucky there. Like I say, that one, number 1, we would have applied there because we would have counted that decoy raid and they were both from rendezvous, Luflot 2. So, however, that's not going to apply, so that's good. And right, now the raid response. Okay. So we're looking for, we're very early mind, so it's right along at the beginning. So 3 from 711, and that's the sector. So we do have 2. Yeah, I'll just call out the numbers and I'll show you the. Oh, actually, I've not put a wee. Oh, that's wicked. The way that zooms out. I thought I'd made an adjustment. I'll look into it again. You know, it should be. You think there'd be some kind of setting that slows down the zoom or makes it quicker. But I thought I had, unless I've done it the other way or something. Right. Anyway, what are we doing here again? Yeah, we didn't put our wee cubes on what we were doing, did we? So we've got Biggin Hill twice in the trot and Biggin Hill Airfield. So, and actually this is the one that we're actually doing. So we will do Biggin Hill next as well. Then we've got Southampton Port, which is what, 111. Where are we? No. Yeah, Southampton Port. Ah, okay. That's there. The port, yeah. And then we've got Southampton Industry, which is here. Oh, that's Portsmouth. I mean, that must be Southampton Port. Yeah, okay. And then the last one is Hornchurch Airfield, which is up here. Okay, so there's what we're after. Yeah, I suppose two at Southampton, 2 at Biggin Hill, and the one at Hornchurch. Right, so yeah, so the first, we wanted 3 from 7-Eleven. We've only got 2, but remember, these, although they count towards this, they stay out of the cup, so they're definitely coming along. Well, my guess is, unless for some reason they don't decide to come along at all. Now I'm going to put the Spitfire Ace. It does go in the cup. So then I'm looking for 2 from 2-11. So we take one of the Hurricanes first, and then the Spitfire. So I'll just, yeah, I started doing this randomisation, but it's maybe not that big a deal. But I've started it, so we'll keep with it. So that's actually 3 in the cup, but we've got 2 the 2 7-11 Hurricanes outside the cup. So that is 5 squadrons as such. And that was, what was that, 2-11, and then 2 from 6-11. Well, that was one of the sectors that we removed. That was one of the sectors that we removed 2, so he is going to get that Spitfire still, though. That's us up to 6. There's nothing in London. And then we've got 2 from 1-11. Now, this is a green one, isn't it? I think we have to pick that one. But I've not done this before, so give me a second. Okay, yeah, so this is in 14.3 British Green Pilots and the Raid Response Pool. And it says, when selecting squadrons for the raid response pool, if a reduced squadron is eligible, it must be taken. Okay, so that just means that's going to get mixed in, does it? No. Do not place a reduced squadron in the pool with other squadrons. Keep the squadron outside the cup on its reduced side. Even so, the reduced squadron is still considered to be in the pool. So, well, it's like the other guys that we just removed from 7-11, but it's just to make sure that it stays on its reduced side. Okay, so we add that one. How many do we want? We wanted 2 from 1-11. So we take that one, and then we take the Spitfire. So that's not 2, that's us up to 8. Yeah. Well, if you had got what you'd wanted on that decoy raid, then this number would be a lot lower. And then 2 from 3-11. We have 1. Yeah, this is going to be a huge number, isn't it? And 2 from 5-11. We have 1. That was the other one that we took 2 out of, wasn't it? We're still up to 10 though. And then 1 from 4-11. So they're all Hurricanes, aren't they? Right, well, you know what? There's 2 A's there though, so we'll take an A. And that's 11 squadrons in total. So 11 squadrons, 3 of which are sitting outside the cup. So we're going to roll a dice to see how many are going to come out. I've rolled a 5. And there's a few modifiers for this, isn't there? Now this is the one, yeah, it's August the 20th now, so that modifies it by a +1 to 6. Target sector is 11 group, it is. That modifies it to 7, another +1. Primary target is an airfield, yes, that's another +2, up to 9. Target is deep, no. Warning is very early, yes it is, that's a 10. Intelligence is not accurate, so intelligence is limited and the raid has 12 or more grouping. That's a +3, that's 13. Intelligence is poor, yeah. Target card yet to be resolved. No, because, yeah, although there was 2 cards there, yeah, we've done that. So it's 13 we've got. Oh, that's all out. So 13 modified die result, all out. And the squadrons in the pool are what, 11 did I say? So there's only going to be 3 coming out. Oh dear. This is going to be a horrible start, I think. I don't know what you do about that. I mean, you don't roll a 6 to start with when you're doing the... Oh well, we've got the Spitfire Ace again. I'm good at drawing that back out. So, and then we've got a Spitfire from 211 to go back. And a Hurricane from 411. Okay, that was 3, so that takes us down here. We've still got 8 squadrons, sorry. So, I'm pretty sure they're coming along. So it's limited intelligence, unless they maybe drop, probably don't need 8. Limited intelligence. Squadrons in the pool is 7+, yeah, we've got 8. And number of grouping in the raid, excluding channel patrol, is 10. So yeah, they're all coming in. Right, okay. Right, I'll get that sorted out. Okay, there we go. Looks grim. And I'm assuming this is right, yeah, because he doesn't go in the cup. So he does come in reduced. Yeah, I think that's the point of that, isn't it? And the point also is that once he now goes back, once he returns, unless he becomes a light loss, of course, but if that's not the case, and once he comes back, he then returns to his full strength side, and he's obviously not a green pilot anymore. He's had some more experience, and he's good to go. Okay, right, this looks like not the best start. Okay, so that's car 12 done, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Oh. Yeah, Hunter interception. I think I was expecting an event there, but we're not quite there yet. So now, let's double check these. I think it's if the grouping are more than the squadrons that we've got a rule, haven't we? The number of group in the hunt box outnumber the squadrons. Nah, there's no big deal to them outnumbering us. So the grouping is definitely less than the squadrons by 4. So we roll dice. Oops, that's my battery showing low. We've got a 6. Ooh. So that is greater than the number of excess squadrons. So all excess squadrons move to the bomber box. Hurricanes move before Spitfires. Now, what do I do about the half strength one? Where should he go? There's no talk of that. Let me see if I can find anything of that. 8.1. Yeah, it does actually say do not move reduced squadrons. So we're not going to be moving them. So it's a simple case of 1, 2, 3. That's 2 A's, a B and a C. We'll just go with that, I guess. Yeah, that's still leaving 4. Still leaving 4 against our fighters, so... okay. Right, my battery's a bit iffy, so I'm going to try and just push through this. We should be able to get through this, shouldn't we? I get the feeling there's not going to be any bombing done anyway. Draw a raid event card. Okay, let's see what we get. I'll shift that one. So, what we got? LF2 area weather improves. Broken clouds become patchy, or patchy become clear, and we fought 2. We're clear and we fought 2 anyway. Broken clouds become patchy, patchy clouds become clear. Right, well, nothing's happening there then because we're already clear. Okay. Right, next card. Hunter attack. Right. So we've got 4 against 4 here. We want a low number. And a 5 again. Dear me. So the ME109s aren't putting anything into the fight. This is 2, 6, 10, 13. This is right, I'm on the right bit here. Hunter attack. Yeah. What did I say? 13. 13, and we've got 4 grouping in the combat. And 13. So it's a row D, which isn't too bad, I suppose. And the 5 is probably going to be the downside. Yeah, we've got D, D, L. So disrupt for the A to in-flight. Disrupt for the B in-flight. Oh, I'm getting 2 white losses. Seriously. Yeah, and 2 white losses. And 2 points away already. That's them up to +1 again. And for the squadrons, they've got no effect LA. So no effect for the A's. No effect. That's a reduced grouping. Oh, hang on, he's not. He is going to, because he's reduced. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm looking at grouping instead of squadrons. So a reduced squadron with no effect is to bomb box reduced. So it goes to bomb box, it's still reduced. That's it. So the good thing, I was going to say the good thing is we're getting 2 light losses in them, but we're not, because it's the B that's the light loss. So it's this Spitfire that's going to light loss for 111. We grab that point back, and then the C's are going to abort. So full squadrons abort. Well, they're going to in-flight reduced at least. But yeah, there's enough up there in the bomber box anyway to going to give us grief. Right, there's the bomber box now. Okay, so that's the hunter attack dealt with. Next, read target event. Oops. Target event, clouds inhibit squadrons. If the region has patchy or broken clouds, all B squadrons in the bomber box leave the raid. No, we have got nice clear weather. So nothing happening there again as well. So here we go. Right, squadron interception. There's more grouping than there is squadrons though, by 1. So they're all intercepted. And if they're all intercepted, all the close escorts are intercepted too. Right, yes. Okay, that's fine. We can move along. Get the squadron attack going. Right, let's look at what we've got. So we're including the close escort guys here as well, remember. I'm going to roll a dice. We've got a 1 this time. I think maybe there's going to be too much in this though. So 2, 4, 10, 16, 22, 28, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42. How many group in? 6 group in. 42 is down to the G row. But that's a 1. That's where I'm keeping my hopes up for. So we've... hang on. I've not missed any... No, the column shifts are only when it comes to bombing. There's no modifiers to these, is there? No. So we've got DAL. So this is units in bomber box. Full group in with a D. Stay in bomber box reduced. Okay, that's good. And that's him and him. Okay, well at least we're getting some bombing. And is there any more A's? Well, we've got 2. We've got 1 in the close escort box. That's a slightly different box. So full group in with a disrupt is to in-flight reduced. So ME110 goes to in-flight reduced. And then the B result was an A. So for the bomber there, that's to in-flight reduced. And I would imagine the close escort guy as well. Yeah, to in-flight reduced. And then sadly the C is a white loss. So this guy goes white loss box, and that's another point away. Back to +1. Okay. Well, we do have 6 points of bombing strength, I suppose. Yeah. Right, what about them then? So there is a white loss. Oh, result. So that first one that's reduced, does that do anything different to it? A reduced grouping with a white loss result is, yeah, still to white loss full. So, no, he did when we were saying if you go white loss, but it may still comes back to his full strength side. That's 1 olive in. So that's 1, 2 olive in, and 7 olive in. So that was nice. That's 3 points back. 1, 2, 3. So we're -2 again. So yeah, maybe that was a good result. And then the B is a disrupt. 10 fight reduced. And the C is a disrupt as well. So these are both 10 fight reduced. Well, you know what? I think that went as good as it could, really. And we've actually having 2 bombers left in the bomber box. Yeah, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. So that's that, and then I want to do some bombing. Okay. And right, yeah, let's glance across the bombing table. Oops, the daisies. Bombing table, and we'll roll dice. Got a 4, not too bad. Well, we need we've only got 6 strength. So 6 strength, there'll not be any modifiers though, because we're clear weather. So, and then, what did we say, 6 strength. So that's along the top with a 4. That's 1. That's a hit of 1. But there's an airfield, so right, we get the 1, we get the victory point. Let's see if I can do this time. I always get a bit baffled by this. Squadrons equal to results are dispersed. Move from sector and rearm box to land box. Well, there's none in the rearm box. Well, what sector is it? 711, isn't it? Right, we're going to get... Yeah, so there's no units in the sector or the rearm box. So we can't disperse any of them. However, there is one in the White Wasp box. So that reduces aircraft replacement points. Yeah, we reduce points. Yeah, we reduce this. It's a hurricane. So we reduce the hurricane points by 1. So that's something, I suppose. Okay. And yeah, that's that. And then these go back. These were reduced, but it doesn't really matter about bombers. They're going to just go back anyway, you know. Okay. I'll just try to speed through things here because my phone might just conk out. That's car 19. German recovery. Right, so all the bombers go back to their sectors. We've got 2. This is quite relevant, I think. Oh, actually, I didn't use all the fighters up anyway. So I think this is the only time, whatever fighters are that move three times ahead, 3 steps ahead, are the ones that I'm going to get to use again. And these are the Henkels, yeah. A, B, C. Right, so these all go... Sorry, you're not seeing any of that. Not that it's... Let's zoom out a little bit. These 4 go 3 time steps ahead. So they go to 1200. And these 2 that are reduced go full side up to 1400. That's right. Okay. -3. I just touched the victory point marker there and it's showing at -3. And I just wonder if I nudged it down 1. I had a feeling it was at -2, but we'll leave it. I'll try and look at the video when I'm doing it. Hopefully that'll get me to look back and I can adjust it. Okay, so clock check. Is there any other face up? Well, this flips down. There's no more cards for this time segment, so we then move on to 0800, so the clock does move. With no more planned raids, so clock marker move to clock space, go to step 22. Squadron turnaround. Right, we've nothing in the rearm box, we've nothing in the landing box, so it's just what we've got in the in-flight. So the 4 full strength ones go to the rearm box, which I will do. There's 2 for 511 there. And 2 for 611 actually. So they're all ready to come back in next turn. And then these 4 will go into the land box full side up. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll get them up there. Okay. And move on to the next card. Move all German fighter grouping now in the current clock space, earlier clock spaces to their air bases. There's none of them yet. Assign fighter grouping. Well, we've already done that, so back to step 9. Okay, there we go. Well, maybe that ended up not as bad as we thought. I think, well, that decoy raid, we thought that was going to be better than it actually was, and I think fairer as well, because that would have been kind of bad. But okay, so that's that raid. We're going to move on to the next raid. I'm going to, oh well, actually, the next raid is going to be in Biggin Hill again, so we'll just do that like that. But I better get this camera plugged in, phone plugged in, or things are going to go to pot. So yeah, that's it zoomed out as far as I can get. I think I used to be able to get a better. The camera I built into the phone had a wider which I quite like. But then, I don't know, do you want that? You can see enough there, eh? I think the quality of the recording's probably better, so I'll find out when I start watching it back. Okay, well, there's another RAF done at least, guys. And I'll hopefully stick at it. I'm not going to quite jump back into Emperor of the Sun yet. I'm just wanting to watch some videos, look at the rules, try and understand it better. But so hopefully we'll stick at this. Okay, I'll be back with the next raid sometime soon. Cheers.